How do we feel about onion soup? We like it.
I really do like onion soup, actually. I've been getting really into French onion dip recently.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Which I know isn't soup.
No.
But it reminded me of it.
Let's rank dips. So at number 1 for me, olive.
Tzatziki.
There's the door, mate. Marnie, you can stay.
That's.
Pardon?
He said
stay.
I must leave for not saying tzatziki.
Oh,
You can stay.
because that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm so, yeah.
I
I
like
thought
olive
you
dip.
meant-
I would get an olive dip. And
Olive
then
is acceptable, as is Tara Masalata.
Which is the one, the little fish eggs?
Yeah.
That's, my friend's been feeding me that a lot recently.
caviar, isn't it?
Yeah, but she does it where she'll like put it in front of me and then she knows that I really like it. But then if she tells me what it is, I'm going to go like, oh, I don't want to eat it anymore. Like I'm a baby.
The correct second dip actually is queso dip. A yellowy queso dip.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
like
Liquid cheese.
you know how it's just in America, like, you know, there's salsa where you put the corn chips are at the Coles or the Woolies, and then there's little salsas or IGAs, and in America they have the yellow ones as well, which is just dirty ass.
Tell that story about that time there was that New York store in Northlands, Broden. And it got replaced by a Papa Rich.
Yes, so there was I'm a big fan. Well, I was as a lad in my 20s when I was busy walking around doing nothing, and there was they opened like a US style.
Yeah, what was it called?
I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to say the name because I'm going to say
okay.
some libelous stuff.
Oh, okay.
But we you know, they would do hoagies and, you know, things.
Philly cheese
and I was like, well, this is my
potentially.
vibe.
Yeah.
And they'd filter coffee and stuff. And then I sent some friends there and they got severe food poisoning.
Oh, like on Bridesmaids when they all
Yes.
get severe.
Yeah, and then it shut and we never and I've never seen it again.
Yeah, I never heard of it again. It didn't last very long.
Marns, a lot of love coming through for the hair.
Oh, that's so, everybody's so nice to me. Thank
And
you.
I did wake up in a cold sweat the other day, Tom, and said, when are you getting your hair cut?
Yeah, I'm upset that like not a single reputable barber has come through with the goods.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Don't say that. That's not true. We've had some good ones.
Have
but we'll
we?
say it on air.
I've seen a lot of, I'm not a hairdresser, but I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it.
We got two.
I've shaved my
Oh, we got
dad's
two
hair once.
leads? Okay, great. I'm happy to hear.
But I just can't be fucked doing that.
Why? What do you have to do? You just have to be here.
I have to go to say, hey, mate, thanks so much for reaching out. When are you available?
You have a
I know,
producer to
actually
do
happy
is
that.
it-
happy to plug your barber.
You have a producer to do that for
Hey,
you.
Beck, just so you know, we're going to have hair in the studio. Is
Again.
that okay?
I know. When you said we'll do it in studio, I was like, oh.
There's a producer to do all of these things for you, Broden.
Whom?
That's my job to do.
But if you're doing it, then it's just you organising a haircut.
Yeah,
You can just
in
go
the
to-
studio.
You can just go.
I can organise a sign from Kings of Neon. I can organise a haircut.
When am I going, Ashley and Martin? Thank you, Pierman. Do you know a true story? A few years ago, Mosh reached out and wanted me to be a brand ambassador, and they wanted to grow my hair back.
I remember.
That's true.
What'd you say?
I said
Get fucked.
that
I
would
could
be.
grow it back if I wanted to.
I did think of the comedic direction of like doing it with Donna and fully just coming, hey guys, and just coming back with a full.
That would be very funny.
But it's just like one of
The
them
hair
fucked
transplant.
hairline, like when people go to Turkey and
Yeah. No, the little stitches.
Yeah. I know people who have had hair implants and they do look really good.
Yeah.
Really?
I know one person in the footy media world. Anyway.
Wow.
Oh, let's guess.
Yeah. No, it'll get me
I've
in
only
trouble.
seen
I'll get in trouble.
the botch jobs. I'd be excited to see a good job.
No, that's the thing. But there's a
Yeah.
very famous comedian who I know who has had a hair transplant.
And
they
it's-
get hair from here
Yeah.
and put it here.
Oh,
Right.
that makes me feel so squeamish thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking about them cut. Well, anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
How do we get from dips to...
I like my bald head. Apart
Yeah.
from the other night, I'm taking out wardrobes at the moment,
Right.
smashing them, and I smashed and I was under a thing, and there's like loose nails and stuff. I had this beanie on, and I stood up into a nail.
Oh,
It gave me a
that
little
makes me
scratch.
very uncomfortable.
I don't think hair would have saved you though.
No, it wouldn't have. There would have been blood in that hair, hair in the blood.
I would ask, would you prefer to smash your head on concrete, or would you prefer to smash your head on grass?
Grass.
I think that this hair.
Oh,
here,
that's the hair thing. Oh,
the
my-
hair doesn't
Or
protect you at all. I
a
don't
better
think.
reference would be concrete onto carpet or concrete straight.
Yeah, I don't think there's much. The scratch is probably lesser with carpet, but the impact is still the same, isn't it?
I mean, any little bit of
Because I've had quite short hair.
the. All right, let's
dive in.
do this thing. We got a lot to talk about here. Welcome to the footy, folks. The footy with Marns. Thursday morning. It's no time like the present to talk about tips, talk about the news, but more importantly, talk about the bounce that pill.
Done.
25th of July, folks, and with us as always on Wednesdays, unless they're sick or out of town or, but predominantly here is Marnie Vinyl. Hello, Marnie.
Hello.
What's news? That's your job. We'll save that for the news.
Yeah.
Olympics starts early Saturday morning.
Oh, I hate that they have like pre-events before it actually begins. Because even like the Matildas are playing at 3 a.m. on Friday.
In their skirts. No, not those skirts.
Oh my God, that's like horrible. We'll get to okay. Unless you want to talk about it now.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Oh my goodness.
And hello, over here to my left, they know him as the man with the shaggy hair. And thank you to all the barbers who reached out. Please welcome Tom.
Hi, everybody.
Tom, we're going to cut your hair.
Yeah, can't wait.
But I was just saying before we started that you were like, nobody's reached out. No barbers have reached out. Not true. We've had 2 barbers reach out. I just CBF doing the work to organise the barber to come in here. I'll have to put down some.
You don't even have to. We've got the Dyson.
A producer.
Yeah.
No, I will organise that, and I will organise the Dyson to be available that night.
If you like, I can get a DVD of the producers. And then that, we could watch it. It's funny.
Which one?
The new one.
The new one is
Nathan
better?
Lane and Matthew Broden. It's a musical.
Is the old one not a musical?
No.
I thought it was a like-for-like remake. I didn't realise.
Hey, Marnie.
Yeah.
I meant to text you this. Do you mind if I go candid for a second?
Of course.
I meant to text you this. I've started. You used to go to dance school.
Yeah.
Marnie, I've started to go to Les Mills dance classes.
Okay.
So if you ever want to come.
Oh my God, I do. And what kind of dancing are you doing?
It's called
Is it like step?
It's pretty much body step.
Body step. Yeah. So I would say that's a iteration of dance, but
It's true dance. It's
okay. Isn't it just stepping to a beat?
No, it's a lot of this and this and
Okay, he's
that.
doing a lot of arm movements, which you do as you're just stepping.
Thank you,
To a
Marnie. It
beat.
is an audio podcast as well. Thank you.
It's just me and
How
the
fun is it, though?
50-year-old ladies.
I feel so. I got back into dance workouts during COVID because I get so much joy out of it. Do you find it? It's actually so joyous.
Yes. Well, my masculine tough guy way of saying that is it's not boring.
Yeah.
Actually.
Time just flies.
Yeah.
You're
No,
having
it
so much
genuinely
fun.
does. Like the hour's
Yeah.
gone and you feel really tired.
No, I am a big advocate of dance workouts. I think they can be so much fun.
Yes.
I did a lot of Disney. I actually wrote about it at the age. I tried a lot of different ones out, road tested.
Different
That's
dances.
Yeah, well, because it was COVID. What else was I going to do? So I
Yeah.
did like Disney themed ones, which was just like children's dance ones. Oh my goodness, what's it called? Like belly dancing?
Oh, yeah.
So difficult.
Good call.
Yeah, but you have to like isolate different muscles in your like torso, which is really difficult.
Yeah.
Can't remember the other types like.
Is there
Latin,
Zumba
maybe.
still a thing? That was
Yeah.
really popular for a year.
My mother-in-law teaches Zumba
Oh, cool.
in Warrnambool.
I've also started Pilates, so
congrats.
if everyone wants to tell me how jacked I look, I'll take it.
Hey, look, jacked.
Thank you.
What I was going to say is if any soccer fans or football fans who have Optus Sport, it's a funny, weird little world because one, it's like as expensive as KO with one sport, but
outrageous.
it's Optus Sport for some reason. It only has 2 things, and one is EPL and very valuable to a lot of people who love, that.
Yeah.
And then it's just got British people going, all right, let's do body step now. Come on. And it's like home to I'm like, no one who's watching soccer is actually doing this as well. Why?
Very funny.
So I tried to do one when I got the soccer to try and have value for this $30 a month thing that I watched one Tottenham game of. But hey, I'm sorry about the Bombers
Oh, me too.
and I'm sorry about Gold
Yeah.
Coast. Anything to say to me?
Sorry about the days.
Sorry about
Broden.
the Fremantle Dockers. No, I really wish I could do it in the voice that you did, Adelaide Crows.
Yes. Adelaide
Fremantle
Crows.
Dockers. No.
It was a sad week for all of us, but there were some
Yeah.
fantastic games actually.
Well, actually, yeah, because I was kind of like, oh, what a bummer, Essendon losing on a Friday, and then Collingwood lost, Melbourne lost. I was like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Hawthorn won, Carlton just won. It was
Swannies lost.
I got 3 tips right.
Oh my God, same. I was doing so well. At the age I was coming like 4th or something, and then I got 3 correct. And I was feeling really smug as well during that Sydney game because I was like, everyone else tipped Brisbane like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then turns out I was the idiot.
We got a lot of news to talk about. Should we just crack into the news?
Yeah.
It's time for the news with Marnie.
Yeah.
I'm going. No, that's my money.
Hey.
I'm going to do the first bit of news because I can talk about it. Marnie can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the first bit of news. This is what's happening over at the union members of the Sydney Morning Herald, The Age, the Financial Review, the Brisbane Times and the WA have overwhelmingly more than 90% voted to begin industrial action this week. So we just wanted to bring this up because this affects people around me, is what I'll say. So we voted for they voted for a 5-day strike beginning on Friday and over the opening weekend of the Olympic Games. So for the opening ceremony, key swimming events, including Ariana Titmus's race and the Boomers. So lots of swimming and the men's basketball and the Opals, of course. So if The Age has put forward they're going to strike in this period. So they're fighting for better pay, among other things. They've got 70 to 90 cuts recently announced across publishing, so mostly the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, which is a huge chunk of their staff. Journalism in the country is under threat, which is something it's really important thing, and it's it's important that we have balanced conversations both in Sydney and in Melbourne where these two papers are, and to go to one paper is very damaging. And for one paper to be completely understaffed and not have coverage across all the key areas of news is actually quite concerning. And the publishing of 9 in the last financial year was profitable. So the parent company of The Age and the Sydney Morning Herald was profitable, but they're sort of cutting down on the journalism. And so community, when they go on strike on Friday, community support from those who might want to support journalists who work at The Age and Sydney Morning Herald would be really, 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 really appreciated. So keep an eye out for people like people who work at The Age. Like I forget who works there, but if anyone you know works at The Age, keep an eye out for any content like that. And yeah, I think that's really important. That's something I had to say. You work at The Age. Do you have any news?
Oh my God, I do. Thank you for that.
No worries.
Yeah, well, I thought we could start. So on Monday, Carlton, Adelaide and Brisbane all received please explains from the AFL for their handling of head knocks / concussion protocols.
Protocols.
So that was relating to Harry Mackay, Harris Andrews and Jordan Dawson. I think the Harry Mackay one is super interesting, but also I think that because I worked that game and so I had a lot of feelings as I was like working that game. So I'll just go through the incidents that happened.
Please.
I'll start with Dawson. So he copped a head knock from Essendon's Nate Caddy in the third quarter of Friday night's game at Marvel. So he was quite clearly dazed and he was checked by the medicos, but he didn't actually leave the field for a concussion assessment, and then he left the field in the fourth quarter and then was later put into concussion protocols. So he was left on.
Okay,
so he wasn't brought off.
That happened with Jeremy Cameron earlier in the year as well, I think, where they did an on-field quote unquote assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Harris Andrews, he came off the field in the fourth quarter of Brisbane's win over Sydney after a late knock in the third term, and he has been put into concussion protocols, but that was for a separate incident.
During football or?
During that game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But then what happened with Harry Mackay, so he took a hit to the face and the back of the head. He was kind of like sandwiched between two players in a marking contest, and he was very visibly dazed, like quite groggy. The commentators said like he looks really unwell, and they were stressing that he does not look all right, and it took over 5 minutes for him to come off the field.
Yeah.
So the Carlton doctor was currently in the rooms with a different player.
Oh.
Yeah, at the time. But the AFL, they have someone in the ARC to give directions.
Really?
And so this is where it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the process here? Because like Harry was quite clearly, he was slow to his feet. He was helped by teammates, even like the North players, like, you know, like tapped him to be like, are you all right? Because he was clearly not okay. But then what happened was he kicked a goal. And the rhetoric that immediately happened was, I think, deplorable. So you had Dwayne Russell saying, Harry, nothing wrong with him because he kicked the goal.
Yeah.
Well, no, just because someone, and I mean, you could argue that given Harry's form, him kicking a goal means he probably is.
Yes.
That's a joke. So Carlton
I have an actual joke to jump in with.
Okay, go.
Which is the ARC. The ARC has someone who's checking if someone was hit. how can they do that when they most of the time don't know if the ball hit the post?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Looking from this angle, it's inconclusive. A lot of that. That's a little comedy joke.
And, I mean, this does also raise, I think, a discussion point of whether there should be an independent AFL doctor at games. And this was brought in, I remember, if you remember the Alira situation that happened, and that club was fined, what was it, like $100,000 because...
That's what Tom said they should get fined, wasn't it?
I said $1 million, and David
Yeah,
King said
that.
500 and went down 100. It was Port.
Yeah.
I'm confused by that thought. Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But does that suggest if you need an impartial doctor that the doctors who are working at the clubs are partial to support, like to the clubs?
That is kind of the
Which if you're a
assumption
doctor...
Yes.
Yeah, but some of them work at the footy clubs for 30 years. They're deeply invested in winning. They're a big part of the culture and stuff.
But now I'm talking out my bottom.
Yeah.
But if you're a doctor, don't you have to take an Hippocratic oath?
Yes.
And we're not suggesting that any of these 3 club doctors did this on the weekend at all.
100%.
We're not implying that, but that would be the reasoning behind having an independent.
Yeah, my whole thing would be, even if you're 100% the best doctor in the world, when you're in that circumstance and you're a part of a club like that, that would sway your judgment.
Yeah.
Or it could sway your judgment.
But also because, like, if you're a club doctor, it's not like you're working independently. You're talking with the coaches. You're talking with the staff. It's a collective decision. Well, it's not. But even bringing Harry Mackay off, I mean, that's a collective decision from Carlton, right? Like, someone was like, go get him. The trainer ran out. Harry said, like, no, I'm fine, I'm not going off. And they're like, oh, okay, well, nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Which also raises, okay, well, there needs to be actual protocol around this, because if like umps should be able to be like, that player's clearly dazed, get him off, or a trainer being like, you have to get off because you're quite clearly groggy. The player should not be allowed to say then, no, I'm good, I'm
Voss
staying
doesn't run onto the ground and say, I've decided to get off. Like, it's all a chain of...
Yeah.
You know, and there's other things to be focused on at the same time, right? But also, if you know that it's not Harry's time to sub off and you're like, oh, he might be okay, I'm unsure. Like, there's so many other things when you're a part of a club that goes through your minds, where you would assume that an AFL appointed doctor would have no insight into rotations or personal health or anything, so they would just make a blunt assessment, right?
Yeah.
I could see it.
Can I give
there.
my genuine reaction to this and what's happened over the last, it's been talked about all year, but heavily in the last 2 weeks. It's frustrating that we're talking about it so much.
Yeah.
No, like, because it's like, I just want to talk about Ginnivan. But like, it's taking up so much of the media landscape. Is it because like I hope it just doesn't continue. I hope that it gets to a point where we've got some sort of working process that we can move forward with. And I don't know if it's because it's moving into round 20 now or not, but do you guys feel the same way? Or
I do, which has made me even think when I was just like, well, what am I coming in with? And I did want to talk about this because I think it's important.
No, it's
but it was
important,
kind of like, oh, it is kind of like it's just another concussion thing.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, but if we are coming in talking about tackling every week.
yes.
And that really has, like, everyone keep talking about how much all of this, like, tackling sanctions and suspensions are, like, changing the game. And yet we have players clearly concussed, but we're not taking them off. Like, how important then are we taking heads?
No, it's complete. You're completely right to bring it in, and it's absolutely should take up time. I'm I hope it's not the Andrew Dillon era. Is just this.
Yeah.
But my response to you, Broden, is I think that all these discussions clearly show that it's not right at Clubland yet, right? So my whole thing is if they just take them off at first, any chance you get a HIA, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. Even at the slightest risk that they might be concussed.
But that opens up other stuff as well.
Well, it's 20 minutes, you know, like you have your sub there, like that's what it's there for.
But if you're in a grand final and there's a line ball and that person can't come on and then
for 20 minutes.
Like Stephen May in a grand final. Sorry, I'm talking about Melbourne again. Stephen May can't come on a grand final. You're playing Curnow. He's on Curnow. Curnow kicks 4 goals in a quarter while they're doing that.
Yeah.
And it turns out he was fine, you know.
Yeah, but so I think because of the weight of the lawsuits and like the point you just made, which is very valid, it will continue to be a discussion until they pull the trigger. You know
I took
what I mean?
this side on Monday's Experts on Monday night.
Yeah.
Your side.
You've just got to, I think until they pull the trigger, it's going to be discussed because exactly, imagine if that did happen, Broden. That's all we'd speak about for the next 2 months. But
what I said on Monday's Experts on Monday night was hopefully it's a growing pain period that settles because there is no other way. They're like, unless they have world standard practice for head protection, which should extend to.
Can't they all wear helmets?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like extend to like we talk about Petrarca potentially could have died. Like if that doesn't extend to everything, I think. Like if there's not world standard care, then it will kill the sport.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
So we're better off dealing with this discussion, but also, we can't be in a position where there is three explains. Please explains go out.
The long and short of what I said is essentially I'm just sick of it being talked about on SEN by people driving around.
Totally. And I would love it to cease as well, but because everyone just accepts and understands that any chance of concussion, they're off. That's my position. And then it would be part of the game and that's the end of it.
It is interesting from a media perspective because when all these like research and things come out around concussion, one thing that we really have to like wrangle with is like, how do we make people care about this? Because it doesn't get well read. We're like, this is actually really important. We don't know how to make people care about it. And yet in season, it's all we talk about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which is
no one cares, but everyone cares.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
What else is in the news?
Well, there's injuries to all the top four sides, but we can go through them as we go through tipping and talk about the teams. I thought it could be kind of fun to just look at where all the teams are at for the run home. I can see you keep glancing up at Box of Footy.
Well, I'm looking up at Noah Anderson.
Yeah.
They're talking about the Q Clash this weekend, and it's he's wearing a polo shirt. And his hair on his chest stops like a straight line on his neck. And below it was like Austin Powers level hair. Like it really freaked me out.
Can we get a please explain into that?
His chest is melded with his neck, so he's had to make a line.
He's a hairy man.
And he's shaved a line?
He's shaved a line.
Yeah.
But I'm more worried about how much hair he has on his chest.
Yeah, right. I didn't see it. I don't look at the
sorry.
TV.
Some cushioning.
I don't get distracted when you speak, Marnie.
But it really freaked me out.
No, we had a very important meeting at work and touching on all those areas before. But they had all the screens on.
Yeah.
And so literally we're finding out about like who's losing jobs. And I'm just like, how many contested possessions did Cam Rayner have?
Cam Rayner? Yeah.
I was like, turn the screens off.
Yeah. TVs are great.
Okay, do you want to quickly run through the run home?
Yes,
because
sure.
there's only 5 home and away rounds remaining.
Of the teams who in the top 4 who their run home is.
I thought we'll just go quickly through the 18 if you want to do. We don't have to.
We'll see how we go. Yes, please.
All the ones you're interested in.
Yeah, please.
We'll get our big bias really on display. All right, Sydney.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're the team to beat. I don't think we have to say too much. I think they're going to stay top of the ladder.
They do have some hard games.
Yeah.
But they from here on out, the Brisbane one was, I think, the hardest of them, and that was a close game. But they should fire home.
Do you have them up, Marns? Is that what you're saying?
So they're
which are the hard
playing
ones?
Western Bulldogs at the SCG, Port Adelaide at Adelaide, Collingwood at the SCG, Essendon at Marvel Stadium, and then Adelaide at the SCG.
Did you say Brisbane, Brad?
They just play Brisbane.
Oh, they just played Brisbane. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are really quite hampered with injuries. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do about Papley out with an ankle for at least a month, but then they can just either push Heaney up forward or they can put Parker there because Parker plays quite well as a forward.
But as Luke Beveridge said today, I think they, for a large period of the year, use like 26 players and Doggies use something like 35 or something like that to this point in the year. So it's kind of balanced out their injuries a little bit in that they had a long run with none and now they're getting a few.
Yeah. And also Mills is back.
And Sam Reid retired.
Yes, Sam Reid did retire.
He was great, Sam Reid. Good counterpart to Lance Franklin.
Carlton have had 2 defeats in their past 3 games, but they still look pretty set for a top 2 finish, arguably. Yeah. Their run home is Port Adelaide, Collingwood, Hawthorn, West Coast, St Kilda. Looks all right to me.
Yeah, Collingwood and Hawthorn are both 2 interesting ones. We'll see what happens with both of those.
And then Tom de Koning's also out for the rest of the home and away, which is
brutal.
It is brutal.
They've got a gun, not a gun, but they've got a very good ruckman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's also just so disappointing because he was having such a good season.
Yeah, that particular run of form.
Brisbane?
Yes.
So they're storming into
Do
September.
you know they've won 7 in a row?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Gold Coast, St Kilda, GWS, Collingwood, Essendon. I think they're looking tasty.
But this weekend is at Heritage Bank or whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
People's First. What
And
do
they
call
have
it?
no defenders.
Yes.
People's First Stadium.
Yeah, there. Yes. So that is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freo?
Oh,
I think Freo look really good.
yeah.
I think that
Alex Pearce has done his arm again.
That's
Armageddon.
a massive shame.
That is
Armageddon.
But I can't. I mean, I think I can see them finishing top 4.
I am sorry. He's the most handsome man that's ever existed. When I was looking back at the TikToks and stuff that came out when he came on last week, he's just stunning.
He's a good looking dude.
Good on him.
For sure.
Next,
GWS.
Yeah.
So GWS, they won 6 of their first 7 games, and then they lost 6 of their next 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like they started so strong this season, and then have just hit so many roadblocks and have just kind of like crumbled. A
they
little.
looked good against the Sunnies on the weekend, and
I feel like they did this last year as well, right? Didn't they come home really strong last year?
they powered from the middle of the year, just kept powering,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful to watch.
Maybe the time they run a little bit better this year.
Compelled some to buy memberships.
Yeah. That's right.
Geelong?
Yeah.
Yes, theirs is pretty easy.
Yeah, North Adelaide, Freo, St Kilda, West Coast.
Frio.
Yeah.
That's the only one, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to finish top 4 still. There's a very high chance they finich top 4.
Yeah.
The AFL gifts it to them.
No, Tom. Not true.
Guys, we just have little jokes here.
Port Adelaide?
Yeah.
They've got a pretty tough run home.
Yeah.
Carlton, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Freo. They're on 11 wins, 7 losses.
There was it was it was an okay source, but that West Coast is into Ken Hinkley.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they don't play finals, I think Hinkley is going to be a very interesting talking point.
So if they lose all those games, which they might, it's possible, they won't make the 8, huh? Probably not.
I think it's the speculate. Who knows how that there's.
It's
if
too
you
hard
quote
to
Jared
rec-
Whiteley, there's thousands and thousands of still possibilities that can happen. But they
It'll
are
be
sitting
tough.
comfortably at 7th now, 2 points clear of, Essendon at 8. Like it's
That's tough. It's really tough.
Essendon, everyone kept talking about how easy Essendon's run home was. St
it's
Kilda,
at home.
Freo, Gold Coast, Sydney, Brisbane, and they are currently
Bedtime.
sitting at 8th.
Bedtime.
spot. Yeah.
bedtime for bombs.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, got to knuckle down a little bit.
They could turn it around. They genuinely could turn it around.
They kept impressing me mid-year, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what Bombers will show up, honestly. Western Bulldogs. I think this is fun. So they're currently 9th, but are on the up and up, I would say.
Yes.
I think it would be a shame to not see them play finals, especially because they can rattle any team on a good day.
Agree.
No, they're really, really good now. They're really good now. They are.
Melbourne. Are Melbourne finishing in the 8?
We will find out on the weekend.
Okay.
Because Freo, if you looked at the run home, you're like, we'll lose the Freo one, and then the other ones will like. So if we lose to GWS at MCG on Saturday night, then cooked.
Game over.
Draft picks, mate.
All that young talent.
Yeah, I know.
Caleb Windsor's so exciting.
Yeah, he just re-signed. Harry Petty re-signed. Go figure.
Couple more years.
Yes, and then after that we've got who's that?
Hawthorn.
So
they're currently
Yes.
at 11th. I also think it would be a mad shame if Hawthorn don't play finals.
So who's their run?
The narrative is just so exciting. Adelaide, GWS, Carlton, Richmond, North.
Yeah, they'll make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, and they 9 from 11. I just needed to say that.
Yeah.
They're 9
Wow.
from 11.
And they're just so fun. And think about just like how exciting like their goal celebrations.
They
are.
got rats' tails. They got little handshakes.
Gold Coast currently at 12th.
Yes, finished top 4. I have them.
Tom, where do you have them?
No chance. Absolutely zero chance of making
What's
finals.
their run?
Brisbane, West Coast, Essendon, Melbourne, Richmond.
It is an easy run.
How many at home?
We got
3 of
Melbourne at
those
home.
are at home. You've got
Yeah, you're
Lions at
making the
home,
finals.
Melbourne, Richmond at home.
They're making the finals, folks. Get comfy.
All these teams can't make finals.
They're making them. I think as I'm quoting Jared Whiteley again, sometimes I quote people a lot. He reckons there's more good teams outside the 8 than inside the 8.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. Or at least exciting teams who can beat anyone.
Doggies, Hawthorn, Suns. You probably change out for a few in the top 8 as that's probably where I would leave it. You could probably take out Dons, Power.
I would probably replace Suns with Collingwood, but yes, I agree with you.
That's unfounded.
I think Collingwood is
Collingwood just had a
still fun.
We can jump to Collingwood because they've just had a shocking year with injuries. However, 16 of their premiership players are in the side last weekend. But it's also a hangover period. It's hard to win a final in the 2020s, I think, a grand final back-to-back, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no chance of winning a flag back-to-back.
And also, like last year, they were just playing with so much like creativity and confidence because I think that their situation allowed them to, where like it's pretty hard to be 13th with so many injuries and still like have that like grit.
Well, who are they? Their run home. I know who round 24 is.
Richmond, Carlton, Sydney, Brizzy, Melbourne.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Richmond, Carlton, Sydney, Brisbane. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Probably only 2 out of 5 there.
We might be doing something for that final game, by the way. Just keep your ears peeled. Keep your
I'm
eyes.
doing something here.
No, definitely not that. I'll be doing some big crying. Great.
Adelaide, who I had making finals this year, and I'm bitterly disappointed in how they've performed, especially that they decided to turn up on Friday of all days. They play Hawthorn, Geelong, Western Bulldogs, Port Adelaide, and Sydney. They're currently 14th.
Yeah.
I think they're staying there.
If we do end up touring, it should just be us reading our pre-season ladders and then people, whenever we're wrong, just pelting tomatoes at us. Just for an hour.
And so those are all of the teams that can make finals. And then out of contention, you've got Saints, West Coast, North, and Richmond.
Every Freo person I've spoken to recently, including Poppy Penny from the ABC, the sports journalist, is just so wrapped on the first pick from the Pies. They're just so... it's just worked out so beautifully.
Yeah.
But then, I think I said on the weekend, the draft picks are deep. There might not be a Harley Reid, but there's plenty of good uns in this one.
Yeah.
That's great, Marns.
Yeah, okay. Just a little update for all of your sides and where you're at.
Loved it.
Shall we tip?
We should tip.
Yeah, let's tip.
Tipping.
Yeah. We're doing tipping.
Tipping.
Oh, there's a bit of tipping, folks. Bit of tipping.
What did you guys say you got last week? 3s.
I got 3.
I got 7. I'm on the up, guys.
Oh, I was so mad. Also because they were so close. Honestly,
Brandon
tipping
Close
is ruining my enjoyment of football a little bit.
Yeah, I
kind of don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, we could just stop.
You don't have to.
No. But I mean like
If you just did the home teams like me, you just would have gotten 7.
No, like I mean, I love doing it hypothetically, but actually putting them in the paper where they're recorded and everyone can see how terribly I'm doing is ruining it because I get really competitive.
No. You're killing.
I am not. I am right smack bang in the middle. A lot of people worse than me, but you know.
Am I catching you yet? You were like 10 ahead of me last week.
I've got 93 total tips.
Oh, great. I've caught you. Finally.
Okay, well, I'm still on like 106.
Yeah, killing it.
Yeah, you're still killing it.
Yeah, but it means that I don't take risks. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Friday night, Carlton Port.
Yep.
At Marvel. This, Carlton. Oh.
I know. And it's their first one without deconing for the full one, which will change their
Harry
system a little bit.
You tip
No,
Carlton.
Harry is not concussed.
He's not?
Playing. No.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the thing is like everyone was like he should have been taken off. It took 5 minutes for that head assessment, but he cleared it, went back on, kicked another goal.
Right. Sorry. I thought when you were telling us that when he kicked the goal, he was concussed. My bad.
91% tipping Carlton. I'm tipping Carlton.
Yeah, I kept tipping Carlton by 23, I think.
Are they wearing, more importantly, are they wearing their retro collars, like old school stuff? That's the press all week has been their retro. They went down to the Sushi Mango's restaurant and did a photo shoot.
Yep.
Is it this week?
I think so.
It would make sense to be
How do you
this
feel
week,
about
right?
I like collars.
Yeah, I love the
I've never
collar.
given it a second of thought in my life.
I love
You're wearing a collar right now.
Yeah,
So are you.
I do every day, I think.
I love the Geelong one. I thought it was really cool. I really liked that for Geelong. So I like it for Carlton too.
And we didn't talk about it in news, but just talking about outfits. The Olympics ones are so bad.
Yes, the Olympics ones are horrid, particularly the opals and the
Goodness,
boomers.
what the hell? It's so hard to mess up
Looks like,
basketball kids.
I hate whoever did it.
Even the Matildas. I saw Vince Regari just tweeted, "There's zero sauce on this kit," and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, no sauce.
there's no sauce."
I was in grade 3 with Vince Rugari.
I know that's so. Oh,
Did I send you the photo?
No, I
did,
didn't say.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. I just saw you in it.
A journalist from the Sydney Morning Herald and I found he by listening to this pod. He was like, "Hang on."
hang on a second.
And,
That's right. This is when we found out you were an elitist private school boy.
For a year. Oh no, I've opened that up.
I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Well.
Briefly talk about the army of Broden is a cool guy people that have just ruined my life. Every time I do anything ever, like I did this promo for Netflix for their body problem, 3 body problem, and under it, Netflix had to inquire to the ad agency doing. Why is thousands of people saying Broden is a cool guy?
Broden's bought
They
all
went
these
into
bots.
damage control. Saturday, 1:45, Blundstone Arena, North v Cats. Blundstone, Geelong, Blundstone. Cats.
Yeah, I've gone Cats.
But North aren't an easy beat anymore, and this is in their Hobart fortress. So by fortress, I mean friggin' windy.
I'm going to tip North because I'm burnt from not tipping the Dogs last week. I really wanted to tip Adelaide and Dogs last week, and I didn't have the goal, so I'm going to tip North.
Hell hath no fury like a Chris got scorned.
Yes, that's true.
So I'm going Catters. Who did you go?
I've gone Cats.
North.
So, and then the Q Clash at 4:35. This is the game of the round 4:35s. Now I love this game. Suns versus Brizzy at People First Stadium. So Brizzy have to drive down the Geelong Freeway. If they drive down the Geelong Freeway, big issue. You win. But if they drive down the highway, the Brisbane, whatever they call that, firstly, they're going to see they're going to drive past Warner Brothers Movie World.
Yeah.
And maybe that will shock them and be like, oh, maybe we'll go to Movie World. And they'll see the Joker ride. Maybe that'll throw them.
And a lot of good roadhouses as well.
Oh, lovely.
Really?
I learned what
if
a
they drive
roadhouse
from
is
Brisbane to Geelong.
by being on this.
Really?
Yeah, we had a discussion once about
Yeah.
That
what a
sounds-
roadhouse
sounds
was.
about right.
I didn't know. Now I know.
The top. I talked about the top ones in Melbourne.
Yeah, top 5.
The Eastlink
That's
BP.
that's the joke
and
I was
there's,
referencing.
and there's the
but-
Eastlink with the big fence.
Yeah.
You will go, how high is that fence when you
Yeah.
drive past it?
Yeah, it's a good one.
So in the last 11 meetings of these two sides, Gold Coast have only won 1.
Yeah.
So Noah Anderson spoke to AFL.com for this. And the Lions, so in matches that he's played, the Lions have a 7-1 head-to-head advantage. And of those 7 defeats, they've all been by 45 points.
So that's good.
We won the first one ever, and then I think since then we've lost like 99% of them.
Sorry, the average losing margin is 75. Is 45. I was like, they can't all be 45. Average is 45. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
Well, what's so disappointing about it is like I think people forget, especially me, because I was looking at it the other day, that before like 2021, Brisbane were like 18th, 17th, 15th. Like they were so bad. Our rebuild was supposed to be ahead. We were supposed to make finals before them. And I think they love showing us how badly we've stuffed it up and how good they are, you know?
Well, even in that period when you met early this season, Lions beat Suns by 34 points.
Yeah.
I will say that there is a lot of things going for the Suns in this game.
Yes.
Home.
Talls. Your tall forwards against Brisbane having no defensive stocks because Dara Joyce was also out.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's got a fractured jaw.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So he's out. Harris Andrews is out. Darcy Gardner and Tom Doty both are still out. And they're thinking about putting Eric Hipwood potentially down back. Anyway.
Yes. And I think Ben King will want to have a brain melting kind of game. But more importantly, 7 in a row is a lot. Like that's a lot. So if Brizzy win this, then they're getting almost level with Swans in my mind.
Yeah. And I think they are in the Suns' head a bit. If it was anyone else, I'd be more chill. I am going to tip the Gold Coast, FYI. But I do think they are a bogey team. Just like there's teams that North beat Suns all the time too. Like it's just those funny little
But how
bogey teams, you know?
What do you mean they're a bogey team if Lions always win?
Meaning like even if all the evidence points to the fact that Gold Coast should win, we may not show up against them. Do you know what I mean?
So why are you tipping Gold Coast then?
because I think the evidence says that Gold Coast should win.
Okay.
I'm just presenting,
okay.
this feeling that we never show up against them. We always lose, like you said.
Yeah.
I feel like historically they've just smashed us.
Yeah.
So despite all that evidence,
Okay.
I'm looking at the injuries for Gold Coast as well. Do you know who comes back this week? It looks like
let me guess. No idea.
Jared Witts
Oh, really? Yeah. He wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't too injured.
and Took is a couple of weeks away still.
It's all right. We don't
Same
need
day.
Took, luckily. Like that is one area now where we're actually stacked in the midfield, so we can afford to have a couple of weeks off him, which is nice.
But I think Witts will actually be really, going up against McInerney.
Here's a hot tip for Dimmer. If the Brisbane guys don't have any
You
tall
listening,
backs,
Dimmer?
listen, Dimmer, put Witts full forward because Moyle's been doing a great job in the ruck.
Put Witts forward.
Yeah, if they've got no tall stocks,
All right. You heard it here first.
Witsy
If
full
you see
forward.
Witts move at any point past into the forward 50 in any way,
That's from
who's
me.
listening to this podcast. Saturday night, hang on. 2 4:35 games. Now I'm mad. Now I'm
Infuriating.
mad.
Yeah.
Fucking infuriating.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Sure.
So there's it's the Bombers Saints. So it's the battle of red and black with a little bit of white. If someone's just saying they're about to go see Deadpool Wolverine, already seen it.
Wait, you're leaving us to go see Wolverine?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's the Wolverine's in it, spoiler alert. I gotta go Bombers.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bombers too.
Even
You
though
get
the
this
Saints were fantastic actually on the weekend.
one. Right. Did they win on the weekend? Because I'm tipping them every second week.
They beat West Coast.
Great. Then, yes, they will definitely
Yeah,
lose.
they beat West Coast.
No, don't worry, Marns. You'll see. Every second week they win.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna tip. Yeah,
Did you tip Bombs?
one thing I love about being so just outward about my fandom is that I get so many messages now, depending on how Essendon do. Essendon will lose by 2 points to Adelaide, and I will get 20 messages, and then I'll go to the office, and everyone just wants to talk to me about Essendon losing.
And that's how I know my team matters exactly zero, because I've never had a message from anyone being like, how about Gold Coast?
I get a few messages.
About Melbourne?
Go to hell, Broden. Okay, we're all going. To talk about the next game, I'm going to get a friend on the air. They are the social media manager of the Greater Western Sydney Giants.
Hello.
He's a professional swimmer. Please welcome Jacob Gaynor.
Former professional swimmer. I'm hanging up the cap.
Yeah, fair enough. You lost to Tom Green. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And you're getting a tattoo on your chest that says Tom Green.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
You can listen to the GWS podcast, the green. What do you call it? The Green Room on wherever you get your podcasts. But more importantly, Jacob, can I get into the room Saturday night?
Depending on result.
Yeah, I want to come in either way. And
You're actually, you're our good luck charm. We had the conversation nearly a year ago, and then we beat you in Alice Springs, and then you became a Giants member.
yes, I know. I'm paid up. I'm back to 2-year consecutive GWS member now. Well, let's just see. How do you feel about Saturday night, Mr. Giants?
Pretty confident. I think 4 in a row at the G.
Yeah.
I just don't think Melbourne. They're just not the Melbourne of
Say
old.
it. Say it. Say it. Go hard. Go hard. Come on. Give us a curse.
I don't want to give anyone else ammunition, but I think the Giants win.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. You've pulled back there.
I'm getting better.
Okay. Great. And if you do beat us, I want to see some top tier sort of reels. With who's that guy I like with Batters? The Batters video.
Oh my god, do an
yeah.
Auntie Donna meme if Melbourne lose. Please,
Really
please,
rub it
please.
in, really rub
yeah,
it in.
that'd be so funny.
Did you hear that, Jacob?
No, what did they say?
Marnie said if you beat us, can you do an Auntie Donna meme?
Oh, I've actually got.
He's already got his name.
saved.
What? Oh, you never reveal what it is, do you? Okay, that's bad luck.
I can't, but yeah, you're in the firing line for sure.
Okay, great. All right, good. Well, are you down, by the way?
We come down on Friday.
Yeah. Do you want to wrestle, or you good?
Yeah, I'm all for losing sports these days, apparently.
Okay, great. No, you'd beat me. All right, thank you, Jacob. Well, all the best. And while you're down, maybe try one of them Melbourne coffees.
Aren't they like $9?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Jacob. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Jacob.
See ya.
Jacob Gaynor, everyone. From the that is so brat.
Yeah. He's brat.
He is so in his brat era.
Yeah, for people that don't understand, that is complimentary.
It's Charlie XCX. I don't even know what it means.
Oh, God, I should teach it. I was actually thinking about it because someone mentioned it in the office the other day and I just started doing the dance.
Yeah.
And I should teach the two of you the TikTok, the Charlie XCX
Oh, yeah, great.
TikTok
Let's go.
dance. It's actually, no, maybe after record because it would take a while.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll teach you some Les Mills.
Okay.
Great.
You just need to we'll work through it. It'll be great.
Now
work
it's
through it.
in my head.
And then that can be our social clip for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going.
The footy's so brat.
We're in our brat era. I'm going the D's.
I'm going the Giants by like probably 50-60, I reckon. Is Gone back?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, they had
then.
to do a main training, but he was close last week. So
yeah, that's true. He was.
Giants.
Yes, fair enough. Fremantle, West Coast. Ooh, we got a derby
Yes.
or derby.
Depends.
Whatever
Both
I say.
interchangeable. Who
Never
cares?
No, they will come for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They will come
who
for you. I
I
cares?
feel like it's the Derby. But I say this every time, I feel like.
Why would it be Derby if it's ERBY?
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's a
It's a thing.
It's a
like
thing.
that club on Johnson Street. It was the Derby.
We've made it worse. It's derby.
It is Derby?
Yeah, because I think it's derby, and I tried to correct by saying derby,
Yeah.
and then someone's like, "You fucking."
Yeah.
Well, then, is it Sydney Derby then? Is it the Sydney
Yes.
Derby?
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Now
Yeah.
I think
WA
we're
derby.
now
Now
I
we're
think-
cooking with gas.
Yeah,
Yes.
Now you're cooking.
Just like the Freo midfield, am
Yes,
I right?
they're gonna hurt them bad.
yes,
they're
I
gonna hurt them
think so.
bad.
They'll go for a percentage booster here for sure.
And then Pies Richmond.
Lockie Schultz is back.
Oh,
Well, he's expected
okay.
to return.
Yes.
So that's good. They have one person to kick a goal.
This might be a bit of a good luck chuck for them, in that they'll get a bit of confidence back and come home and make a real run for the finals as they finish off their year. Collingwood, poor old Richmond. I think there's a chance Dusty might be playing
Oh, okay.
I wonder if
because he was
Taranto's
training.
You know what? I would love Richmond to win this.
Yes,
It'd be interesting.
I think they're done. I think the Pies will have a good positive round. I see it happening. Sunday 110. Isn't it crazy that two of the biggest teams, like there's, both can pull 100,000 crowds, are going to be playing at 110 on a Sunday. That spot belongs to Melbourne versus Port or Freo or the Suns.
Yeah,
You're not
100%.
welcome there. That's our spot. You got to get up early. You leave but 2. I do. Sunday at 3:20 we got Swans and Dogs.
I'm so looking forward to this.
Yeah, this will be a lot of fun.
Now,
Yeah.
I took my dog to a lake and there were swans and he wanted to eat them and rip their head off. Is that an omen?
Yeah, I think I'm going to tip the doggies. I know that's outrageous because I'm still hype on the Swans, but I'm just feeling the Dogs against this. They're in hot form.
That is a great.
I really, yeah. I don't know how to feel about this one because
Yeah.
I'm just like, Mills and Parker back actually can cover a lot of those other injuries, and Rowbottom should be back from that cheekbone injury that he had. And if Will Hayward passes his fitness test, that's like they've still got the stocks there even without
Yes.
Papley.
I mean,
And who else was injured?
There was a few.
Rampy's still out. I feel like they've still got the stocks to cover themselves. I don't know.
100% true, but it's cohesion and all that, right? But the Dogs are in better form, according to this.
I think it's more on the other side of it. If Swans lose this, that's panic. That's like panic stations. That's like, hang on, good grand final teams don't lose this
Yeah,
many
totally.
at the back end.
I take your point. It still doesn't. I don't know if Sydney could do anything and bother me at this point. You know what I mean? That's how confident I am in them. And
Yeah.
there's a few injuries. It's just been a tough, long season for them. But I think I don't know. I tip the dog. It's like England to win, but Crumb to catch the snitch. You know?
What the fuck are you talking?
You probably know what I'm talking
Harry
about.
Potter?
Yeah. I think that. I think that doggies. What I'm trying to say is, I think doggies win the battle, but Sydney wins the war.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you've got me. I'll tip doggies.
Crumb fiddledy twitch.
And doggies need it for finals.
Yes, they do.
Fiddly
Okay.
switch. Harry Potter.
Harry I wish I could do voices.
You liked my Alan Rickman.
Doing it. That's funny.
Harry Potter. Potter.
That's really good. It reminds me of that really funny video of
Snape?
Snape, Severus Snape.
Potter.
Yeah, that one. That's really funny.
Crows.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It's not crows. Oh, I've lost it.
Ron Weasley.
Crows. Oh, wait. I got you a bracelet for your Christmas. You know, the guy, and then he cheats on her.
Oh,
And then he-
that's
And then he goes,
heartbreaking.
oh, I've been a daft fool. He says that in Love Actually.
Yeah.
He's like, that's his response to being to being caught cheating. Oh, I've been a daft fool.
Very British.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so funny.
I've been a daft fool.
Can you do the rest of the pod as Alan Rickman?
No, it's really hard.
Yeah, I like it. It's
You got
really funny.
to close the back of your throat. You got to close the back of your throat.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know. You're really tickled by this.
Crows, hawks.
Battle of the Birds.
What was that? Was that Snape?
I started off Snape-ish and then realized that I wasn't hitting it, so it just went something else.
Battle of the Birds. That's how they age to do the straight. Unless you they will go on strike, and Broden's going to do the Snape voice permanently. Alan.
I'd love that.
And that's the games of football this weekend.
Oh, wait, are we tipping Adelaide or Hawthorn?
Oh, sorry.
I'm tipping Hawthorn for
I'm
sure.
tipping Hawthorn.
Surprised it's so close, to be honest, in the percentages on the AFL.com website. 51 to 49. So a lot of people backing in Adelaide.
Well, Adelaide did just beat our top 8 side.
Yeah, true.
I've become very existential about this whole tipping thing. So I just tip Hawks, and that'll be nice.
And forget
Yeah.
about it, yep.
At the Adelaide Oval, will be a fun day at the Adelaide Oval. Go and have a bad pie, but look at the great Vans is what I would do if I was over there. Great episode, everyone. Yes, keep an eye out for Marnie's socials on Friday. Tom bounced that pill.
Do it in the Alan Rickman voice
Yeah.
just for Tom's
Oh,
sake.
yeah, for the end of it?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sticking around, everyone, and joining us on this day. It's been a long season. Thank you, everyone who's keeping the love going and being lovely, and we really appreciate all the warmth and love. And from me, Harry Potter, if you see that Potter. I've seen like one of the fucking movies.
Me too, I don't know.
Oh, I've been a daft fool. What does he say? Let me get where's the ox?
Where is
You're
it?
looking-
It'll be in that hole somewhere.
Okay, I've got to just get the bit of Alan Rickman of
Where is the ox?
the ox is gone.
The ox is gone.
Much like the D's favourite forward player in the early 2000s when he retired, the ox is gone. Well, I was gonna find the clip. It was be too hard anyway. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. In the meantime, I want you all to bounce that pill. But now we're going to find it, right? So if you're still with the live stream, I'm going to go find... What's that character's name?
Severus Snape. Potter.
No, but in Love Actually.
Oh, Love Actually.
I've
don't
been a fool. That's what he says, isn't it?
Something like that. Love Actually, I've been a fool. If you do that, you probably find it.
Here we go.
Imagine your husband bought a gold necklace and come Christmas gave it to somebody else.
Here it comes.
I mean, would you wait around to find out if it... No, happy Christmas. Would you wait around to find out if it's just a necklace or if it's sex and a necklace or if, worst of all, it's a necklace and love? Would you stay, knowing life would always be a little bit?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Or would you cut and run?
Here we go.
God. I am so in the wrong.
Wait for it.
Classic fool.
He doesn't say daft. Classic fool.
Classic fool.
All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks, everyone, for watching Hans Gruber. He had a German accent in that. Was that worth getting headphones on, do you reckon, mate?
Yeah. My sister was over, like 2 weeks ago now, but we rewatched Bridget Jones. Other than us supposed to be believing that she's fat and the spinster,
How funny is that?
it holds up so well. It's so good. I don't know. It's like she's 30 and she's like, oh no.
Can you smell my breath?
No.
Good. So people are asking, how's my breath?
Why?
Because I don't know. They're just trying to get me. I've been a daft fool. Shall we just sit here and do Alan Rickman impersonations?
I kind of want to practice because I wish I could do impersonations. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's I want to get Nick Larkey on. We can do them all day.
Yeah.
This is a video on YouTube called Snape saying Potter for a minute. Tom's running to the. Here we go.
Perhaps Potter and his friends were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Potter! What's your hurry?
This sucks.
Travelling where?
Potter.
It's you doing it specifically.
Oh, you don't like Alan Rickman?
No, I like you doing it.
Accomplished actor Alan Rickman.
I like you doing it and saying football things. I like it.
I'm so excited for the Olympics. We didn't talk about it enough.
I know, and rugby sevens, but it's also hard to you can't really talk about it.
I met Alan Alalatoa.
I know. Was it fun? Did you have fun?
He's the I've met a few athletes recently from different sports on a show. He's the nicest one I've met for sure.
Really, that's nice.
He's really lovely and really strong, and his ear was ripped in half.
Yeah, that looked. I could not be an athlete.
Potter. Potter. Did you see? Are you a Potter kid?
Am I what kid?
A pothead?
No,
kid?
so I
Potter.
one of my best mates went around to like op shops and found me all of the Harry Potters, but I didn't read them until I was in my early 20s. And then I watched the movies for the first time around 2018, and I know that because after Collingwood lost the grand final, my friend was so upset, so I had to take her back to her house and put on Harry Potter to like calm her down.
Potter. Did you see the Cursed Child or whatever it was?
No. Apparently it was like 6 hours.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, what do you think?
Oh, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
My partner Annie grew up loving Harry Potter, and so she was sitting there the whole time like, that's this. And then there was like the one character, and she was like, this is like 4 hours. I'm like, get me out of this fucking building. There's some cool magic and stuff in it, but she's
Did
like,
she like it?
I think she did, but also she's very like, there was a section where a character was doing, she go, he would never do that.
Oh,
That's actually not.
Yeah, I hate when they do that to characters when, they do things that they wouldn't do. Really.
100%.
Anyway, we should bail out of here. I've got to go paint a cupboard.
Sure.
But thank you for joining us, and enjoy the football this week. And more importantly, I'll do what I'll do and watch the Olympics, which I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah. You're going to be up all night.
Yes, I will be up on that.
And that's so brat of you, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'll get the dance out.
Learn the dance. Yeah.
Oh, my God, this is so funny.
I can't be learning the dance. I'm 35.
I actually think it will be harder than you think.
Good
to learn
content.
it.
I'm pre-diabetic or whatever. I can't be doing the dance. Yeah. Are we going to off air? We're going to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it would be funny to watch trying to work out how to do it.
No. You'll be upset because I'll get it immediately. I do Les Mills. Can you do your I'm doing something here, Broden?
What do you mean?
Someone said you do a good I'm doing something here.
I'm doing something here.
That's good,
I mean,
Broden.
that doesn't sound like you.
doing something here.
But I just like to lower my voice to make it clear that I'm mocking you rather than doing something here.
Oscar Piastri did win.
Oh, yeah, because I do not like this slander on Lando Norris. I feel like in the heat of it, yes, he took a second to go to the side.
He was stroppy.
Hey, you know he was stroppy because
like
he's
10
a
minutes.
child.
Yeah.
And he was in front. And also, like, he did the right thing in the end. And everyone's calling Biden selfless, even though he took ages to drop out. And now the Democrats are fucked because of it. But we're still like, good on you for being so selfless. Why can't we apply that same rhetoric to Lando Norris, who's a little cutie pie? That's my very strong feelings about that
Yeah,
situation.
hot take. I think it was interesting. I woke up on Monday morning and I was like, this guy stepped aside so a younger person could go, and then another old person stepped aside so a younger person could win. It happened twice.
Did you listen to the radio of it?
Which one?
The one where Lando's being told to move to the side.
Stroppy, yeah. I had to do it for cheap seats last night as well.
I was watching it live because I was editing the pod.
Oh.
And I think the missing layer is like Oscar was winning on merit and the team
Yes.
told him to
Yes.
pit at the wrong time.
They fumbled the bag.
Yeah, they fucked it. It's all the team. Lando was not in the wrong. Oscar was very much in the right. But it was McLaren fucked it. Like, it never should have even been up for debate. They should have let Oscar keep leading, and if Lando caught him and passed him on merit, no worries.
Yeah.
But no. But also, in Melbourne, it would have been nice to see Piastri win.
It
Or
was.
at least,
exactly.
or not win, but pole.
Yeah, instead of giving it up to Lando,
Not pole.
100%. Although, like, technically Lando could still win the championship. That's what's sort of crazy, I guess, because
Verstappen would have to.
lose every race and
Every year.
Lando would have to win every
Aren't
race.
they
you know?
still six clear?
Yeah, something like that. Outrageous. So, yes.
Just can't imagine as well being like that kind of situation when you're in like a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And even because like Lando didn't spray him with the champagne or whatever, and it looked very frosty. And it's like,
it
well,
was.
now you're still in this like super tight knit team, and you're relying on each other.
Yeah, if there was an in for F1 at all for me, it's always been that they are teams, but they are not. And like all the Schumacher, Ferrari stuff for years, and that is the most fascinating thing about it, I think. It's like, here's the best car. You have to be a team, but also chookers.
I think less rich children should be in the cars. That's my in.
That's why I'm
Also,
Lewis Hamilton stan.
Yeah,
mate.
Lewis is the one.
Lewis is the one.
When I watch it, I'm also just like, the environment.
I know, that's crazy.
It's like Lando Norris of the Norris family of Shropshire. He ate 3 babies.
And like the
this
Americans
morning.
are even worse. Lewis Stroll, like $500 billion at his back.
Weren't there what was the Russian oligarch racing for a
they
while
had
for
to kick him
Hans?
out. Yeah, because he was funding Ukraine, I think. Yeah.
Gunter?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we should get out of here. Thank you so much for sticking
you.
around, everyone. We'll see you soon. Keep an eye on socials, Marns, and everyone take care. Bye. Bounce pill. Bye. Bye. See you later. Bye.